I've been told that life can be measured in years and milestones, in the moments when everything changes and you're not the same person anymore. For me, the biggest shift came before I really understood what life was supposed to feel like. I was only a kid when I heard the word cancer tied to my own name. You don't really expect that at 10 years old. You expect scraped knees, homework you don't like, maybe a soccer game on the weekends. But I was hit with hospital rooms, doctors wearing serious expressions, and people whispering outside my door like I wasn't supposed to hear. At first, I didn't even know what cancer meant. I thought it was like the flu or a broken bone that it would go away after some medicine or with time. But then the treatment started, the needles, the endless beeping machines, the feeling that my body wasn't mine anymore. I remember the looks on my parents' faces more than anything. The way they tried to smile at me even when their eyes looked like they hadn't slept in days. That's when it started to sink in, this wasn't a quick fix. This was a fight I hadn't even agreed to be a part of, but suddenly it was my whole life. There were times I wanted to give up, even as a child. I'd be lying here if I said I stayed strong every single day or that I never begged for it all to stop. Kids aren't supposed to think about things like death. But inside those walls, surrounded by the smell of disinfectant and the sound of hushed voices, you do think about it. You ask yourself questions nobody can really answer at that age. Why me? Why did this happen? Will I ever get to live normal again? But here's where something changed. Somewhere between the tears and the treatments, between losing my hair and losing friends who didn't know what to say anymore, I started noticing the little things differently. A nurse who slipped me stickers like it was a secret game. A doctor who talked to me like a person, not a patient. My mom sleeping in that uncomfortable chair just to be near me. My dad cracking the worst jokes but making me laugh anyway. Somehow, in this place where hope felt paper thin, love kept showing up over and over again. That's when I started to realize cancer couldn't take everything. It could take my energy, my hair, even months of my childhood. But it couldn't take the way people cared for me or the fight that started building inside me. Fast forward to now. I'm standing here as someone who went through all that and somehow made it out the other side. I get called a survivor. And while that word is true, it feels too small for what it really means. Surviving cancer isn't just about making it past the sickness. It's about learning to live again without being defined by it. It's about not letting the fear of recurrence steal the joy you can have right now. It's about realizing you're tougher than you ever thought possible. And it's strange because the older I've gotten, the more I realize the story isn't just mine. Everyone has their version of cancer, whether it's a disease, a loss, a setback, or something that feels too heavy to carry. Everyone has faced something that knocked the wind out of them, something that made them sit down and wonder if they could keep going. If anything, my story is a reminder that no matter how dark the tunnel gets, there's still a light even if you have to crawl your way toward it. People ask me now, what's the biggest lesson cancer taught you? I think the answer is simple. Life isn't guaranteed, and because of that, the small moments matter the most. I don't wait to tell people I love them. I don't hide the gratitude I feel. I pay attention to mornings when the sky looks like it's on fire during sunrise, or nights when laughter fills a room so much you can actually feel it in your chest. Those things are everything that's living. Sometimes kids come up to me at schools or events where I speak. They ask if I was scared back then, and I tell them the truth. Yes, I was terrified. But being scared doesn't mean you're weak, it means you're human. What matters is what you do with that fear. I learned to carry it alongside hope. I let them both live inside me at once, and with time, the hope grew louder. To anyone listening who might be going through something tough right now, whether it's cancer or something else, you don't have to have it all figured out. You just have to take the next step. I didn't win my battle in one dramatic moment. I won it by stringing together 1,000 tiny acts of courage. Getting out of bed for one more treatment, smiling when I didn't feel like it. Letting people help me even when my pride wanted to say no. Every small choice stacked up into survival. And here's the part you might not expect. I'm grateful. I wouldn't wish cancer on anyone, but I'm grateful for what it taught me. Grateful for the perspective it gave me. Grateful for the strength I never would have discovered otherwise. Because without those hard years, I might have spent my life chasing the wrong things, thinking success was measured in money or status. Now I know the real measure is how you treat people, how you spread kindness, and how much love you leave behind when you're gone. So when I stand up here and share my story, it's not to make you feel sorry for me, and it's not to dwell on the pain. It's to show you that your scars can be the beginning of your strength, not the end of it. It's to remind you that every single breath you take is proof that you still have a chance to write your story. It's your story, not the illness, not the setbacks, not the labels people throw on you. It's yours. When I look back at that little kid in the hospital bed, I don't just see a sick child. I see someone who was learning courage in real time. Someone who didn't know it yet, but was preparing to stand here years later, alive, sharing something that might light a spark in someone else's heart. And if my story can do that even for one person, then everything I went through was worth it. So here's my message to you. Don't wait. Don't wait for tragedy to teach you how fragile and precious life really is. Live it now, laugh loudly, love deeply, mess up, and try again. And when life takes something from you, let it. But don't let it take your fire. Don't let it take your will to keep walking toward joy. Because you never know who's watching, who's drawing strength from the way you keep going. I'm here because I didn't quit. And if I could sit across from that scared kid I used to be, I'd tell them the same thing I'm telling you right now. Keep going. Whatever you're facing, keep going, because one day you'll look back and instead of pain, you'll see proof. Proof that you survived, proof that you were stronger than you thought, proof that your story matters. And that's why I stand here, not as a victim, not even just as a survivor, but as someone who knows life is worth every messy, beautiful, unpredictable bit of it, and I believe so is yours.